Sunday night, I asked her to not stay up super late because of her coming to work with me in the morning first to do her summer school. She said, okay. I told her good night and I love you. I went to bed, not realizing that that was going to be the last time I saw her. We're best friends. Yeah. Go shake it again. I woke up to notice she wasn't in her bed. I'm in my heart trying not to lose my mind because I don't know where she is. I finally remembered her phone had a location on, and her phone was pinging just 2 minutes down the road, right behind the skate park. I start driving to the direction the phone was being pinged at, and I see a couple cop cars with lights on. I see yellow tape, and immediately my heart drops and sinks to the bottom of my stomach. My daughter's hands and ankles were both bound. She was strangled to death, left with no pants. And I know in my heart, she fought incredibly hard. She was not going down without a fight.
We begin with two men we're learning are charged with capital murder tonight, accused of killing a 12-year-old girl.
Police say these men strangled her before dumping her into that creek. Both men were in the country illegally.
Apprehended, then released by Border Patrol less than 3 weeks before Joselyn's death. The men accused of killing Joselyn Nungaray are affiliated with the gang known for brutal violence.
Kamala Harris was in charge of immigration in our borders. If we had better border policies and not open borders and not these catch and release policies, I truly believe this all could have been prevented. Under her being vice president of this country, my daughter's life was ripped away from her. She had her entire life ahead of her. Happy birthday, dear Joselyn. My daughter is 6 feet in the ground based off of policies that she allowed to keep. Kamala Harris did have one job, and she not only failed, not me, she failed my daughter. She failed Joselyn. She was only 12. President Trump reached out, gave me his sincerest condolences as not a former president, but just as a father, someone who cares. I believe Donald Trump needs to be back in office. I can at least know that my next child will be safe in this country.
Horrible story. Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Today, I've got a big announcement that I want to share with you guys of what Donald Trump has said a few hours ago. It is a huge announcement, but before we get into it, don't forget to like this video, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, hit the notification bell so you are alerted of new content. Now, let's get into it. So right now, we know that there is, everybody's giving their closing remarks. Trump has given his, Kamala Harris has given hers, and they are still campaigning. Donald Trump is campaigning heavily in Pennsylvania. They usually say that if whoever wins Pennsylvania wins the presidency. And here is his big announcement. And he has a couple of zingers that are going to blow your hair back. Okay, so let's hear what he has to say after that brutal commercial, that brutal ad of Joselyn, a 12-year-old girl that was brutally murdered, strangled, by gangs that were caught and released. They were released 3 weeks before committing this heinous crime. Let's hear what President Trump has to say.
Thank you very much. So I know we talk about inflation and the economy, but to me, there's nothing more important than the fabric of our country being destroyed by people placed there, violently placed there, as far as I'm concerned, foolishly, stupidly placed there. I think what's happening on the border is the single biggest issue, and I'm seeing it more and more when I speak. I see it more. Inflation's terrible. It's hurting our country. It's just decimating our seniors. That's why I talk about Social Security. No tax for our seniors on Social Security because they've been decimated by inflation. But what Kamala did left with us, the United States of America. Thank you very much, Kamala. Appreciate it. But she continues, and she will continue this misery.
Hi, good afternoon, good morning. My name is Christy Shamblin, and my daughter-in-law was Sergeant Nicole Leanne G. And she was killed in the botched Afghanistan exit at Abbey Gate. She was the cornerstone of a very large family. And instead of planning family gatherings and holiday meals and Christmases and baby showers, our family and thousands of other families plan outings at funeral grave sites. And that is where we as a family celebrate my daughter-in-law at Arlington National Cemetery because she is in the ground. Her story isn't unique to our family. She's just ours. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of wounded veterans who came home from that war, who need our help and who are ignored by our current administration. President Trump demonstrates peace through strength. I know what he told the Taliban when he was negotiating with them because I've made it my business to know. And what he said to them when he was negotiating with the Taliban, he said, "I will kill you if you harm one hair on one head of an American."
I gotta say this as I'm fighting through tears. Okay. Donald Trump is not perfect. But none of us are. But I just felt that so strong when she said, "I will unalive you." He used a much stronger word. If you hurt or harm one hair of one head of an American citizen, and you know how he is. He may be almost 80, but he's got an alpha male, tough man quality to him that appeals to men, including black men. They like that. The Democrat side has these beta males. They kind of sugarcoat it. You know what I'm saying? But that just made me just get so emotional. That toughness that is because of love. He's like the father of the country in a way because he's being very protective. That's what real men do. Real men don't tell the woman, "You go see who downstairs breaking into the house." No, real men get out in front and say, "You and the kids get in the back in the closet. I'll see who it is." And they come and fight. That's how he is.
President Trump shows up, he reaches out, and he can fix our country, and we can all heal together.
Yeah. This got so emotional, guys. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So sad. So many cases like this. Nobody should have died.
And I want to also get to the meat of what the video is about. That's the meat, what we just saw. Woo, that was some tear-jerking meat. But I want to get to the part of the biggest part of his announcement was what he's going to do for families who've been harmed in this way and for people who harm families. You got to hear this, guys. This man means business. He is no joke. When he get in front of those folks, he is not going to be cackling and acting silly and unsure of what he's saying. He's going to look them straight in the eye. "I will you if you harm one hair of an American citizen." That's him.
Today, I'm announcing that for the first time under my administration, we will be seizing the assets of the criminal gangs and drug cartels. And we will use those assets to create a compensation fund to provide restitution for the victims of migrant crime, and the government will help in the restoration. The government will help in the restitution, but something has to be done, and we're gonna get it done.
That's what I'm talking about, Mr. President. Here is, a MAGA rally. This is Brian Glenn, a Ray National Campaign correspondent. Real America's Voice National Campaign correspondent, talking about what Donald Trump is going to do for illegals who do certain things to American citizens. Watch this.
You come in here, you rape and you murder our sons, our daughters, our moms, our dads, our grandmothers, the people of here in America. You do a crime like that, there needs to be a penalty. And most Americans are good with the death penalty. It's an eye for an eye, if you will. It's in the Bible. It's something that we need to take very seriously. I think this is going to be a big wake-up call. And you're absolutely right, Steve. When he goes to Vegas, he talks about no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, hardworking Americans. So today, it was right there. The message was delivered on point to how he will address crime in America. And a lot of his critics will say, look, all he's done is talked about 2020. He's talked about how great his administration was. But what's his plans to solve the problems now? Well, tonight, once again, he delivers another haymaker to the Democrat agenda. We are going to hold those accountable for their crimes against U.S. citizens. And I love what he said today.
There you have it. Donald Trump said he's going to have restitution for those who are victims of illegal migrant crime. Okay, they're going to be paid back for their suffering. That is what he said. And anyone that is illegal in this country who unalives or does horrible, sadistic crimes against American citizens, death penalty. Death penalty. This man is not playing. You saw what he said, that Gold Star mom who said that he looked that Taliban in the eye and said, I'm going to say ill you if you hurt one hair of one head of an American citizen. Trump is America first, and the Democrats are not. And I've told you guys time and time again, the Democrats control the media. That includes the news media as well. Hollywood. Yes, the music industry, radio, prince of the air. That is what they do. And of course, when the media tells you someone is good, you need to see them as bad. And when someone is bad, you need to see them as good for the country. So if they're going to lie about the fundamental things that are biblical, what else are they lying about? I just have to keep reminding everyone of that, because right now, this is a very pivotal election. This is a major announcement that Trump has just made, and he is serious. When he makes a promise, when he says this is how it's going to go down, if it's anywhere within his power to make it happen, it's going to get done. While Kathleen Kamala over there doing the very things that got these Gold Star families crying. Instead of that mother celebrating her daughter's 13th birthday with her alive, they have to go to she has to go to a gravesite. It is absolutely horrible what this administration has allowed to happen. And you got these people out here literally dumbed down from the media. They're not dumb, but they're under some kind of hypnosis, some kind of bewitchment that they can't tell the difference between 4 years under Trump and 4 years of Kamala Harris. They have lent into the media. And if you believe the mainstream media, I'm not talking about Christian media that's truly Christian. Clearly, I'm talking about the mainstream. They call it the lamestream media. If you believe what they tell you, you are at risk of taking the mark of the beast. Okay, the Antichrist. I'm a biblical person. That's what I live by. That's how I vote. The Bible talks about the man of lawlessness and receiving a mark. And when you receive that mark, you will deny Jesus forever and send your soul to hell. And there is no coming back from that. So my warning is for those who listen to the media and take in what they say, and also those who are not careful to what they listen to. And whether it's TV or music or the radio, you're not careful. You just they got to be all right. I like this song, or I like this TV show or this movie. Signals are going out that are demonic, that are affecting our souls. And if you don't think it can happen to you, you're being foolish. You're being a fool. I'm just telling you. Because Satan is the prince of the air. And if you believe the media, the mainstream media, let me be clear. If you believe that you are at risk of receiving the mark of the beast, because Satan controls the airwaves. That's how I know. Because if you believe the lies that Satan is spewing using the media, you are at risk of receiving that mark and sending your soul to hell forever. Okay, hear me what I say. That's my argument against anybody that wants to vote Democrat. Name me one thing on their platform that goes for God. Not one single thing. Not a one. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like this video, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. Also, join my channel. The link is in the description below. You guys, there's also different products that you can, become aligned with in the description box below by purchasing them, like C60 Evo and also Child Light candles. These companies are American-owned companies, guys, and they make everything organic, pure. You should really look into these companies and purchase from them, and your profits will go towards something good. Thank you so much for watching. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, the United States of America. And as I always say, march on, warriors.